one of the expressions that you see a lot in connection with education and the virtues is love of learning. So I wondered how we instill a love of learning in our students, especially if we distinguish that from the love of knowing. So I think I know people who love knowing but hate learning. And learning is like going to the dentist. They'll pay a lot of money for it, but really they hate it. What they really want is knowing. And if that's a sensible distinction, how can we train folks up into the love not just of knowing but of learning?
Well, I think that making the process of learning enjoyable is an important thing, and making it enjoyable is you can make it enjoyable in part just by making it excellent, right? Yeah. If your method of learning, of teaching, is very rote, or if you're just teaching for the exam or something, then the student might well and appropriately hate learning. Yeah. But if you make it a matter of conversation with other interesting people about interesting topics, and teach students to be critical, to enjoy the give and take of civil, critical interaction, then I think it just is enjoyable. It's an activity that should be enjoyable for human beings because of the way we are.
Yeah, my first instinct was to say something must have gone wrong for someone to not love learning in the first place, right? I actually think mostly people love learning, and it's maybe a set of bad habits that have been cultivated, or a set of bad educational environments that have changed a person into the kind of person who doesn't enjoy learning for its own sake. Because that's the kind of things that people are. People are things that are curious.
Yeah. That said, it's also there are painful moments in the process of real learning. When you're really puzzled about something that you deeply want to understand, it's emotionally painful. But of course, if you stay with it, you may come up with a solution to your problem, and when understanding emerges after that kind of suffering, it's especially enjoyable, right?
So the point there is you actually need an intellectual virtue in order to enjoy learning, because perseverance in that moment of I'm going to keep doing this thing that I'm not feeling like I'm making progress in. You actually have to have that virtue in order for learning to be something that continues to be enjoyable.
Yeah, so it looks like there are things essential to learning that are accidental to knowing. So perseverance presumably is essential to learning, but it's accidental to knowing. A kind of industry, the habit of industry as opposed to sloth, looks like that's going to be essential to learning, but accidental to knowing. There are others, I'm sure. So part of this, I think, is training students up into the love of submission, industry, perseverance, and the like of that.
That sounds right to me, provided that you're thinking of learning in a more kind of complex process that takes place over time. Because there are simple things that we can learn without, simple and interesting things we can learn without perseverance and so forth. But deep understanding of rich and important subject matters, that's hard to come by. And the only way there, or the way there, makes demands not just on how smart we are or how much prior knowledge we have, but on who we are as people and on our agency.